Good morning. Hope you're doing well today. What a beautiful day we've been given to serve the Lord in and to rejoice and be glad in it. And I'm so thankful for His many blessings upon my life and the life of my family and my friends. Pray today that He has blessed you, and I pray that you too will spend today thanking Him and blessing Him and praising Him for the goodness that He has shown to you and your loved ones. Reading in the book of Isaiah chapter 33, Isaiah is speaking to the children of Israel about the ways that they have left the Lord and the ways that they're living that is bringing the curse of God upon them, and he's let the Assyrians and other armies take over and take them captive because of their sin. And in verse 14 and 15 it says, "The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings?" In 15, he gives the answer. "He that walketh uprighteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hand with the holdings of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of the blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil." So we see here, he is telling them that the people among God's people who will come through the fire of His judgment will have to do the following. And he goes and tells them, number one, is to conforms to the righteousness requirements of God's law. He is saying that he that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly. And that's the same thing God requires of us today. We are to walk within the words and the precepts of His Word today. We're to walk according to what His Word tells us to do. Then he says, "Speak sincerely without deceit." In other words, they work honestly. They treat everybody honestly. They live by the Word. They talk about the Word. And it says, rejects making money by unjust means, by the gains of oppression, and that shaketh hands for taking bribes. In other words, we deal honestly with people. And it says, refuses to be involved in criminal violence. And that's where it says, that stoppeth his ears from the hearing of blood, the shedding of blood. We walk away from being in violence all the time and angry and mad and upset. And it says, refuses to look upon evil with pleasure or to delight in the wicked actions of others. And that's what he says when he shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. The things that he is speaking here to the children of Israel is the same thing that applies to us today. We must conform to the righteous requirements of words, speak sincerely without deceit, be honest, reject making money by unjust means. We deal honestly with people. Refuses to get involved in criminal violence. We don't go around breaking the laws of the land and the laws of God's Word and the rules of God's Word. And we refuse to look upon the evil things of this world with pleasure. We refuse to look upon the things that the wicked are doing, with such things as books and movies and television shows that just go against God's Word. We refuse to look upon the things that are evil and are wicked and are against God's Word. That's what we are required to do today, just the same as the children were back then. And so when I read that and I looked at it, I took my highlighter and I highlighted it, because it's letting me know just as God treated them back then because of their sin, He'll do today. The way God blessed when they lived according to His Word, He'll do that today. God is no favor of person. He doesn't have His favorites and His non-favorites. And so today, if we expect God's blessings upon our life, we expect our prayers to be answered, then we must walk according to God's Word, just as He demanded of the children of Israel back then. May God bless you.